to get denied if you have poor credit scores. So definitely stay on top of, super vigilant of your credit. I've even heard lenders deferring payments and still reporting you late. So if you notice that you asked for deferment and you still got reported late, you should still call and request a removal of that late reporting if you had already called them and asked them for the deferment.
I've heard that if you make any kind of payment, even if it's not the full payment, that's better than having a late payment. What do you say in that regard?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you're still not making at least the minimum payment, like on a credit card or a car loan, they could still report you late. So you should definitely just call your creditor and just let them know, like, look, I can't make the full payment. Can you work with me? I lost my job, or, whatever it is that how you got affected by what's going on. And usually they will work with you. They'd rather, work out a situation with you than, not and have you pay them nothing. So definitely just communicate with them and talk to them.
Now, Sandra, you mentioned calling in, but when I've tried to call in, I'm on hold for
hours,
it seems like. So is there any other method of getting through to these people, or you just got to grin and bear it?
Well, I would call first thing in the morning, as soon as they open. You might be able to get in quicker, or, late at night, before they close, just not during, the day. It's going to take a lot longer. I've heard that the wait time can be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours with some of these creditors.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's good advice.
So, what what I heard, and that this kind of just makes me crazy, that there was legislation proposed for a moratorium on giving someone a bad credit score during this crisis, and that legislation was couldn't pass Congress. Did you hear about that, Sandra?
I did hear a little bit about that. I don't know if it's going to actually go through. I don't think it's fair. It shouldn't. So many people are getting affected right now just by losing their job, and now for their credit to get affected, it's just going to put them in a worse position because if they have to move to another place, they're going to probably get rejected or charged more because their credit scores are low.
Sandra, do you think, though, that the lenders will be aware of the fact that everybody's score could go down a little bit and they might now have a different threshold?
Yeah, they're going to go down from people maxing out their credit cards right now. If that's their only way of being able to pay for things, they're going to go down if someone pays late on something and they didn't talk to their creditor. So a lot of people are going to get affected, and that's why it's, super important to just stay on top of your credit. Monitor it, frequently. You can, get access to a free report through Credit Karma or Experian, and that way you can get alerts if something happens to your credit and, stay on top of it. It's, super important, especially if you need to do something with your credit soon. A lot of people are, maybe needing to buy another car, wanting to buy a mortgage or refinance their mortgage. So, definitely stay on top of it so that it doesn't, you don't get too affected. And if you do, we can help you.
So, Sandra, if there is a credit repair, what kind of bump can people see in their credit score?
It can vary. I've seen client scores increase as little as like 50 points to as much as, 150 points, depending on how much was affecting their credit. Once I see the report, I can give them a better idea as to what kind of increase they would have. The more accounts they have open, and the less debt they have, the quicker they'll see results, because those things can definitely bring down their scores. So it varies by people, but I try to get them as high as possible. They definitely want to be over 700 to qualify for any type of loans or funding right now that they're offering, or credit cards. So definitely trying to get them above 700 is our goal.
Excellent.
We're Larry and Rob Mandel, the brothers-in-law, here on Go Country 105. Do you have a legal issue you need help with? We want to hear from you.
Find us on Instagram and send us a message. Then tune in on Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Go Country 105. Hey, this is Rob from Brothers on Law on Saturdays at 8 a.m. We know these are difficult times for everyone, and some more than others. So do you want to nominate a local group or hero that's going above and beyond for our community? We want to hear from you. Call us at 800-310-7113 and tell us what they're doing. And we'll even call some of these folks live and help them out. So call us at 800-310-7113 and help us give back to our community.
isn't the focus for most people, their mortgage?
Yeah.
The information like on Mortgage Mom, people are, they want to get a mortgage and they want their credit score to be as high as possible so they get the best loan possible, right? So how is this COVID going to affect the housing market and their ability to get a good mortgage based upon a lower credit score?
Yeah, so I've been hearing that they've changed their guidelines on credit scores. So right now they're, making it harder for people to have lower credit scores to refinance or buy. I believe it used to be a cutoff of like 580 was the lowest credit score. Now it's like, 640 might be the lowest that they're going. And even at 680 was what I'm hearing with some lenders. So, it's going to affect a lot of people that just don't have their score that high. From being able to refinance. And, that might be the only way some people are able to survive right now if they lost their job, pulling some cash out of their home and, using that to, help them survive until they, can get another job. So, yeah, it's definitely going to affect a lot of people.
This is a mess. So tell us, remind our listeners what you do and what folks like you do. If they get in a jam on their credit score and, now that house that they were going to buy, even though they may have the down payment still, they may have some, enough to get into this house, but their credit score has been affected because of the COVID thing. What can they do through a person like yourself?
Okay. So what we do is we help our clients increase their credit scores by removing any negative items, anything that could be identity theft related, or it could be an old item, or, shouldn't be on their credit report. So we'll review their credit report, look for everything that's affecting their credit. We'll go over with them all of the things that are affecting their credit, whether it's a lot of inquiries because they were applying for a car loan or applying for too many credit cards or loans. We can remove those from the credit report in as little as 30 days. We also teach our clients how to pay down their debt so that they're up under 30% of the limit, which will help their credit scores. I teach my clients how to rebuild their credit, how to manage their credit. So we don't only just repair the bad stuff, but we consult them and, teach them how to have better credit habits so that they don't continue to be a returning client. I even teach my clients that, some of the stuff they can do themselves. They don't always have to hire somebody. But, we want to help our clients. So we try to, clean their credit up as much as we can and teach them just how to rebuild it so that they can get their credit scores as high as possible so that they can qualify for a mortgage or a car loan or even renting an apartment. So that's what we do. We try to help our clients, try to get their scores as high as possible.
Right. And so is there a...
and there's a...
Is there a...
Boy, oh boy.
I'm right here. Is there a special avenue or technique that you've developed to address what's going on with people right now in this because of the shutdowns?
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of clients have been calling in recently. We've been super busy. People, wanting to refinance their home or wanting to buy a car soon or just, get more credit. And so when I've gone through their credit report and I notice that they have a lot of debt, I'm teaching them, to either try to consolidate that debt by doing a balance transfer to another credit card company that's going to offer them 0% interest on the credit card for 12 months so that they can save some money.
Okay.
If their credit scores are high enough where they can qualify to do that, that is one of the best, ways to kind of, eliminate some of that, stress of the high interest rates that some of these credit card companies put on you. So I teach them things like that, teach them